So here's how to figure out if you just need to upgrade what you're currently doing instead of trying something new with your marketing efforts. Sometimes to get the best growth, it's not about doing more, it's not about changing your targeting, it's not about trying something new. Sometimes it's just simply up leveling or upgrading a pre-existing marketing strategy. It could be improving your landing page design or your website user experience. It could be improving your creative quality on your social media posts to improve the level of perception and trust your target audience has for you. Sometimes it's changing out and improving your offer. So, elevating your offer, whether it's through design, organization, making it easier for the user. I'll give you a perfect example. Just the other week, we've been running an offer on paid ads and driving leads every day. It's probably how I've talked to some of you. And I got some feedback. So I was calling my leads, and on one of the phone calls, she downloaded the lead magnet, opened it, and she told me on the call, she said, "I don't know how to use this." And it hit me that not everyone in my target audience, in my target market, is going to have the same level of technical know-how and assumption of what to do next with my offer. So what did we do? We went back to the drawing board and we said, okay, how can we organize this asset, this offer, this download? Because the value was already there. How can we organize this to make it easily comprehensible and so anyone can use it regardless of what level of marketing or technical experience they have? And I was really proud with the asset that we eventually put together. It was very clear step by step. It was color coded. We had a lot of visual representations of screenshots of what to do, what and where. And as a result, we've been getting better feedback on the calls. I've been sending it out on LinkedIn, which I'm sure some of you have gotten that as well. But um, we've been promoting it, and so far the feedback has been great. People have loved the guide. So collecting that feedback from your target audience on what you can do better is crucial. Sometimes you can double your conversions. It hasn't been uncommon for us to find double the amount of conversions from a channel from paid ads or organic, or maybe 80% of your paid traffic is going to a singular landing page and you haven't touched the landing page in a few months or a year. But improving that page is a quick win to reduce your cost per lead and to increase your revenue. Because you reduce your cost per lead, all other things stay equal. Let's just say they do. Your volume goes up, so your revenue goes up. So another thing I really like about this 5 standard approach is, for better, it's really easy to overlook what improvements you need to make and chase those shiny new objects. There's a lot of talk about AI and what to do with AI. There are a lot of different marketing tactics happening. Every day there's something new coming out or a new course being created. There's a new platform. It's really easy to overlook those easy improvements, but when you solve for the right standard that we've written here, then you know exactly what to focus on and you know where your big incremental gains are going to come from. So if you go through the 5 standards process and you understand that you're lacking in the better category, there are areas of improvement for you to get 10, 20, 30, 50% gains from your marketing efforts, then you don't have to guess. You just make a to-do list of which you're going to hit first based off of impact and priority. And then you just execute. There's no guessing. You've already identified what you need to work on, what the area of opportunity is, and what the gap is. And then you're just going from A to B. That's it. It becomes simple and clear. So why do clinics, private practices, health businesses, why is it so easy to chase new instead of improving better? right? Everyone's chasing productivity. Everyone wants to feel like their marketing team or their marketing person is working hard, which I totally understand. That's important to have. However, what I would argue is more important is if you are running too many new things that you don't have a standardized process for, things that you haven't done before, things that your team hasn't done before, it all becomes experimental. New means it's uncharted territory, it's unknown territory, and new can be a new offer, a new ad, a new website, a new marketing tactic like adding an email or adding an organic social or adding in TikTok, whatever. When you're constantly adding new things in and you're not focusing your attention when it makes sense to on improving the things that you're already doing, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. You're leaving a ton of clients from getting help. You're leaving a ton of patients left out in the ether doing research on Google, trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with them. So there are consequences to working on the wrong standard. If you're working on creating new things and you have too many new things, you have too many things to do, you're actually hurting yourself. Whereas if you were to focus on the handful or less of things that you know drive results, it becomes easier to pull 10, 20% or more efficiency with each effort made. So if you're already running paid ads, instead of adding in a new organic channel, if paid ads is driving the majority of your business, make sure you have a secondary or backup top of funnel marketing initiative. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, but instead of going into a new channel, take what you can see in your paid ads and identify areas of opportunity for improvement with better. So create better ads, create better landing pages, create better ad copy, create better formats, change your static ads into videos. Taking a channel that's already working, improving it, it's far easier than testing something new and figuring it out and stretching your resources then. So what's one upgrade that usually pays off fast? It's mostly paid ads. I have a background in paid ads. I have a background in SEO. That's how I actually started off in my career. SEO 10, 12 years ago. And although back then it was quicker to rank on Google, paid ads have always been not an overnight success, but it becomes much easier to produce results on a faster timeline. Now, not every offer that you're going to test initially, especially if you don't have any existing data, if it's a brand new ad account, you're going to have to test different offers and see what's going to convert best. If you have an existing ad account, improving the numbers is far easier from my perspective. But finding a converting offer pays off fast because all you need is the phone number, the email, and the name of your desired target audience, and the rest is easy. You call them, you qualify them, you close them on your offer, whether it's to schedule a free appointment, show up for a free assessment, get on a free call, whatever it is that your offer is, which we can help you create if you don't have one. But that's it. That's all you need. You just need those three things. You need who you want to talk to, and you need their information. Everything else becomes secondary to that, because the more conversations you have, the more appointments you make, the more sales you're going to get, and the faster your business is going to grow. It's that simple formula. So how can clinics and clinicians, private practices, health businesses, how can you find weak spots in your current marketing system? I would say it comes down to simply looking at your numbers. You need to know your numbers. You need to know from a top of funnel marketing perspective, okay, what's my average click-through rate across my ads? What's my average conversion rate on my landing pages, or the rate that people call my business? How quickly do those people pick up the phone? Do they pick up the phone when I call? How many of those leads are qualified? How many of those turn into assessments? You just go down the funnel. If you can step by step out your process and identify what number of people move through each step or stage, which I'll get into in a future video, it becomes very simple, very easy to identify where your weak spots are. And if you can do that, reach out to me. We can review the numbers together. But if you can do that, if you can look at your numbers from a step by step, the order at which your potential customer or your customer goes through, your client goes through, your patient goes through to get from A to B, A being they don't know who you are, to B being they're now a paying client, it's very easy to spot the weak spots. It's just doing that can be tedious if you don't have the right system set up. And it's not always easy knowing the right technology to use to measure those points of interest, those touch points. But once you have it set up, it's super clear what you need to work on. Knowing what tactics are going to work best, that's another conversation. But to find your weak spots, that's my advice. Just measure everything, the step and stage that your customer or patient goes through, your client goes through at each process of the funnel, and you've already won half the war. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the tips on how to upgrade what you're already doing and why it's important to focus on better versus creating new things. And if you like this post or if you like this video, shoot me some love, give me a like, a thumbs up, comment. If there's other topics that you want me to touch base on, happy to do so. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.